So we cold open on Joan sitting with the men, crying, saying she doesn't know if she's, ready for love again. John, her husband, is like still in her heart, like going through it. So we go back to the mansion, right? All the men are dying to sleep.
Everyone's in the middle of the day, trying to find a couch, trying to find a hammock,
trying to just catch some Z's wherever they can grab them. You see them laid out all over areas of the house, just trying to get a private moment. Aww. Everybody's yawning, everybody's getting up in the night, peeing 5 times a night, snoring like crazy. Like, poor things. Seems rough. Pascal, meanwhile, I feel like they're giving Joan the ill setup by casting Pascal.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I think so too. Yeah, right? I don't know why he's here, really.
He don't cook. He don't clean. He don't do laundry. He calls himself high maintenance. No shame about it whatsoever. And we also have Joan talking later in the episode about being a caregiver, right? She takes care of everybody in her life.
Oh my God, yes.
She ain't got no time for no 65-year-old man-child. Hell no.
And he not changing his ways. Poor Greg out here separating whites and colors.
Literally, yeah. So I appreciate the other men. They seem very, for the most part, self-sufficient, right? They're single. They've been single for however many years. Of course, they need to know how to feed themselves and do their laundry.
Yeah.
How Pascal just outsources everything? Is that what this is?
I think so. Those other guys, too, are girl dads. I think of multiple girls.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you have when you switch from patriarchal to matriarchal home, you really start to get that reality check.
That reality check. Man. Yep. Oh my goodness. So the host drops off a date card and it's a one-on-one date for Pascal.
Yeah.
Now Joan arrives. Love this dress.
Love it.
So cute.
I love the wardrobe all episode.
Yeah. She's doing great. I love this. It's like a long sleeve, like skater dress. Has like a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Very cute. So she rolls up in a red convertible. Pascal just knew he was driving. She was like, this is my show, sir. Get into the passenger seat. Thank you. Even that, he gives me little...
I know, just a little traditional masculinity.
Yes. A little bit too much for this nice, progressive, like, boss bitch, mom, grandma, Joan. Pascal, he just seems like... just not a good fit. His values just seem different. I'm not into it at all.
Yeah.
But Joan, she says, Pascal's obviously good looking. He's charming. He's rich, not rich, but he's well off. Yeah. She didn't say rich though. That was me.
Yeah, I think that rich is getting your laundry done. That's rich to me.
Yeah, that's true. And like ordering out breakfast. Like
that's insane. The DoorDash fee alone will make me cancel a breakfast order. I can make it here.
That's what I'm saying. Just learn how to cook eggs. It's really not that hard. And how to toast a piece of toast. Like, why are we ordering out for those?
Oh, gosh.
But anyways, she's like, he has his whole life. Everything's all buttoned up. He's good looking, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But she needs to know if there's like some seriousness or like if there's a connection at all. So they pull up to a private airport. They're taking a little PJ to Vegas.
Yes.
Which is obviously like the pretty woman date for Pascal. Was the best person to give it to. And he's like, oh, it's not his first time on a private jet. And like, okay, a little jet setter out here.
Right now.
So they hug, they kissing on the lips now. And they fly over to the Paris hotel, obviously, in Vegas, into the suite that's like filled with clothes. There's like a pianist playing and they try on different outfits, they hug, they're, kissing a lot. And while they're dancing, having a little dance moment, in walks a literal piece of saran wrap wearing a tuxedo.
A Madame Tussauds wax museum figure. Yeah.
Allegedly Wayne Newton. Somewhere underneath the plastic.
Yeah.
He looked like...
I get them confused with Donny Osmond all the time.
Oh, yeah. Same kind of like concept.
I just conflate them, but one is like staunchly Mormon. Aren't the Osmonds like mad Mormon or some shit?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember.
But both, maybe I think of like Vegas show people have been in residency for like since 1945. Like they just been up at Circus Hotel forever. Like he looks like he's been frozen and one of those like Austin Powers like cryogenic frozen machines, and he's like currently thawing as he comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he gets my Becky of the week actually for just making himself look like this. Why you look like this, Wayne Newman?
All right, okay, let's calm down. Let's relax.
Why do you look like that? He looks so creepy. He looks like a porcelain wax doll.
I know. He can.
What is this?
If he was like, I feel like if he's coming down a hallway and it's dark, you can only see his teeth.
Yeah,
you know,
that are pearly white and straight from Turkey.
Like paper white, and then maybe the shine of his hair, because his hair is also another one. I'm like, do you putting that on every? He seems like a Jetson almost. You remember how on the Jetsons she would put her face on, it was makeup?
Yes,
it was like that with him.
That's what it seemed like,
right?
What does he look like in the morning? Like what does
just
he
like
wake
that
up looking like? Like this? Oh,
I know, all kinds of shiny. You know, he's just got real tight. He just got work done that he did not deserve to have done. He should have gotten a different person to do what they did to him. God, and it's really sad to see.
So tight. Very sad. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Gary and Charles L. head to the bodega, pick up some stuff. I love this. I got to get out the house.
Yeah.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. They go to pick up some melatonin. Some earplugs. Eye mask.
Yeah.
Trying to solve this sleep issue they got in this house. Friend, I have a would you rather.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather be trapped in bachelor mansion, sleeping on a bunk bed with 10 of these guys in one room?
Oh my god.
For a week. A week.
Okay.
So no melatonin, no earplugs. You gotta somehow figure out how to sleep with Pascal going to the bathroom butt ass naked 10 times a night.
Okay. Or
be trapped for a week camping outside in a tent. No, you do not do camping, girl.
Oh my god, I feel like both situations there's no way I'd last 7 days. No way.
Just give up.
I feel like camping I could probably do better with camping, maybe. No. You know what I would do? I would take the 10 guys in the bachelor mansion because then I would just like interview them all night because we'd be up all night. Like, please, we're gonna be up all night. It's gonna be like sleep overnight. We're gonna be playing Puff Puff Pass. We're gonna be playing like all the different games. Would you rather? Yeah. I'd much rather be around like other people and shit because that silence out in them woods, girl, that shit is way too loud for me. I don't like it out there. I don't like that.
Oh my god! So you just give up sleep for a week?
Yeah, in exchange for interviews
for the podcast or whatever. Oh my god, I would camp. I can't.
I could see you camping though, like in the right situation.
I've camped 2 or 3 times. My issue with camping, using the bathroom outside, the sleeping in the tent, whatever, like that shit doesn't actually bother me. It's the coldness at night.
Oh my gosh.
When the sun goes down, because I camped once in summer, it was freezing at night.
Yeah.
And
let me tell you all right now, freezing at night to Natasha, less than 77 degrees, I would say. Shivering, pashmina, Sherpa coat on.
It has to be like under freezing, probably under like 70 for me. I'm cold.
Okay.
If the thermostat says like 68, which is like Nate loves like a 60
I love
something.
68. I haven't been back to 68 since November 30th, 2023.
When Crunch moved in and got your house straight, girl. I already know.
We got ketchup in here and it's hot.
Yes. I can't. So camping outside when it gets down to like 50 degrees, but like, oh no, I was miserable. I was like up all night because I couldn't sleep because I was so damn cold.
Oh,
so not my ideal. But when I slept. I
yeah.
Good. So, anyways, back at the house, Charles L's going through it.
Oh my gosh, because he has nothing else to do. He has no like Facebook or anything or work or whatever he does at home.
Yeah. So he's really sad. He's down, thinking about his wife a lot, really still just like in the full throes of grieving and mourning. And he decides to sit with the CEO of Barnes & Noble and have a little conversation because this guy also happens to be an ER doctor.
Yeah.
So one thing he's always wondered, when his wife died, she had blood in her mouth. And that's just been like on his heart, his spirit, what the hell was that? What was that? the guy immediately told him, like, when she fell and hit her head, she probably bit down on her lip.
Tongue.
Or tongue, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just gave him so much peace in that moment. One, makes so much sense. Two, it's a doctor, full ER doctor. He's seen this a million times. Like, he immediately was like, oh yeah, she bit her lip. Like, he wasn't like anything.
Yeah.
And it just gave him a lot of peace. And the doctor told him, like, just, you need to stop dwelling on the why.
I know. I love how he introduced it as the brain aneurysm is something you could not catch.
Yeah.
You could not see it. Because I feel like Charles was looking like, could I have seen it?
How could we have, you know, could we have prevented this?
Mm-hmm. She had blood in her mouth. Does that mean something? What does that mean? Like, I feel like that's how he's probably been asking people at home and people who took care of her, like, what happened. And for him to introduce it like that, like, this is something unexpected. You could not prepare for this. Whatever.
Can't prepare.
And then tell him a really solid answer.
That helped him a lot, I think. Yeah. Now, back on the nighttime portion of Joan and Pascal's date, they have a beautiful romantic little dinner outside of the Paris Hotel. And we learned that Joan went to University of Maryland. She studied computer science, was a little coder. Fancy, smart little lady. A woman in STEM. Love to see it. Because now she's a school administrator.
She's a school administrator. Now I'm wondering what she's doing with those kids. She probably really likes being around the Gen Zers.
Yeah. And then she was married 32 years, obviously. And then Pascal, we learned a little bit about him. He from Paris, obviously had a very tough childhood. 6 people, 2 beds, no bathroom or kitchen, I think he said, in the house.
Yeah, that explains a lot, actually, about his lifestyle.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
I ain't going back, Stevie. I ain't going back to the strip club, Stevie. I feel you. Okay, I ain't never having no dishwasher ever again. What?
Oh God. So it was rough. And then his parents, he said they weren't like very warm and loving. And
of course, in survival mode.
They're survival, straight poverty. So he left Paris at a young age. I think he said before, like in his early 20s or something. Came to the US, spoke not a word of English. It just talks about like the isolation of just like being in a new city. You don't speak any English, can't talk to nobody. You know what the fuck you're doing there. You also broke as hell. And just also story about his dad fixing his shoe at a piece of cardboard, and he just I had to stop the cycle of poverty. He's like, I had to go do something better for my life and for my family's life, honestly. It was nice just to like learn a little bit about him, like a little bit vulnerable, and just as you said, it gave a lot of context as to like why he is so high maintenance now, because he's worked very hard to achieve this life that he's created for himself. So they head off to that like massive Ferris wheel over Vegas, and she gave him the rose. They have a little makeout, and one thing I don't like, a makeout where the hand is like,
no.
You saw how he was like ripping her head, pushing her
That.
head.
Yeah.
Oof, I don't like that.
I don't like that either. And you are a hairdresser, sir. Don't you know that you shouldn't be doing that?
Yeah, it's your greasy fingers in my hair. Stop.
And I don't know if that's all Joan's hair. Is it?
That's true. She probably has some pieces in there.
She probably, I would imagine.
I would imagine, yeah. Anyways, back at the mansion. Date card arrives for everyone but Jonathan. Woo! Reaction was very interesting. I've never seen this reaction to one-on-one. He was so nervous. He said he didn't feel ready for a one-on-one.
Yeah.
He started crying. He literally said out to the guys, I actually wanted to go on the group date.
Yeah.
He's just nervous about being so exposed on this one-on-one date. So I was like, oh my God, I've never heard anyone say that. Like, no, I'm not ready for the one-on-one. I need another group date under my belt. What? Said no one ever in the history of Bachelor Nation.
Never. That's why this cast is so refreshing, though, because they say things that we don't ever expect them to say.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time for the group date. The men meet Joan on a football field. CK is hype. He played college football. So
how amazing. And he's the one who did those push-ups, those one-handed push-ups. He still got it,
Yeah, that's true. During his limo entrance. So out comes 2 football legends. All the guys were hyped. They knew immediately who these men were.
Yeah.
Eric Dickerson and Andre Reed. Also in their like 50s or 60s.
Sure, Eric and Andre. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah.
You know?
little cameo on the Golden Bachelorette. Love to see a black man working. Okay?
Exactly.
Collect the little bit of check you get. But yeah, they announced that they're not playing football. They're actually playing kickball.
Cute.
The first ever kickball. I used to love kickball.
Same,
oh my God.
Bitch. And dodgeball.
Dodgeball too. What? That day in gym class, I used to loved me some kickball. So they warm up. They obviously learn the losing team has to go home. Same old same. But yeah, the game is like super competitive. Greg like diving for a base. That's very impressive with his 60-odd-year-old frame.
Limbs.
I'm not diving for nothing. Yeah. It's like, whoa.
I know.
But yeah, playing really hard. People pulling hamstrings, throwing out backs, but they're trying to win this game. Poor Charles, so cute.
He was like, we don't have kickball either. I don't know what this is either.
What the fuck is this? What are we playing? I just kick and run? Okay, I could do that. He's like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
When he talks, and he talks in third person to make sure that you understand what he's saying, I love him so much.
He's so sweet
so
and just
cute.
It's very sincere and not trying to be cute or funny or it's not like we're laughing at him.
No,
he's just
not
so
at all.
genuinely just so sweet.
Yeah, he is sweet. And he's like cute, but he's also like he's a handsome guy, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's adorable,
He
like
could
a
find
little Cabbage
somebody.
Patch doll. Like he's cute.
I think he'll do quite fine for himself. I don't know if Joan, I don't see the connection with Joan necessarily, but Charles could be fine. He could find somebody. Absolutely. Now, Charles's team, the blue team, they win. Which is Gilles, Keith, who got the first Russian Rose, Jordan from Chicago, I think, Gary, Captain Kim, and Charles. So they get some more time with Joan. And then, we see just like little moments.
Little bleacher moments with
little
everybody.
Bleacher moments. Yeah. Everybody getting their little bit of time. Joan and Charles have a nice little conversation.
Yeah. I really like all their conversations because he opens up he gets really vulnerable really fast.
Yeah.
He feels really comfortable with her.
Feels very safe with her. She likewise. He talks about his conversation with the CEO of KitchenAid and how much healing it brought him. Oh my God. And they just had a nice little chat. And she just obviously is keeping him around because of a little bit of safety. She needs a little bit, somebody that she can just go and just like have a nice little sigh and just let him talk. Because he just talks. He just lets him talk about what's going on with him. And she don't have to like really say much.
That's true.
Then Joan, in the middle of the little bleacher moment, she gets a call from home. Her mom, 92-year-old mom, is having respiratory issues. And so it's bringing up all these feelings of guilt of not being home, right?
Oh
Same thing happened last time with Gary and her daughter. And in her confessional, she's talking again about like the struggle of like prioritizing yourself, and she's wanting to find love, but she's a caregiver. She has so many people depending on her, and she just feels super guilty doing anything for herself, being here. And her mom, who's 92, like she could breathe wrong, which is literally what's happening. She has respiratory, and something can take her out. So that I felt for her. That must really, really be the struggle when you get to this age. You lose your husband. You could very easily, as we've seen a lot of the men too, just get swept up in life, taking care of your kids, taking care of your parents who are aging and getting older, running your business, and just not even feeling like you can prioritize yourself because it's not fair to everybody else around you.
And no one to, even when you step up amidst all of that grief, I don't think anybody's going to tell you no.
Yeah,
you know, no one's gonna say no, Mom. I don't want to go to Costco this Friday. Of course, I want to go to Costco on Friday, and no, I don't want to pay for my own membership.
Right?
Let's go.
Let's go. Right?
Yeah, take my kid on Saturday night. I'm going on a date with my husband. Yeah, bye. Like,
and she's gonna be there always. She'll step up. So you could tell this date she looked very tired, not fully present, very mentally preoccupied. Like she was really not there with those people at all. So after she does the phone call, she has a nice little moment with Gary where she tells him about her mother, Mom Mary, going through it. He said he's going to pray for her. And they talk a little bit about the power of prayer and, something I can really relate on. And she literally tells him, I like having you around. You're just so positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gary's like bawling in his confessional, like, I feel seen.
I know. They all feel so. I know. Gary is. I want to find the one for Gary because it ain't Joan, but I want to find the one for Gary, and it's very confusing to me that he hasn't found somebody.
I know. Yeah. He's so like nice and kind, and like he seems like he's involved in his church. Like, ain't nobody scooped him up yet.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, he seems like so much fun to be around.
That too. Life of the party energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then Joan sits with Gilles. This is awkward. So Gilles. He they talk about like their families, where she's from. Her dad's from the Netherlands. Her mom grew up in foster care. Very interesting. So no living relatives that she knows of on her mom's side. So she just came from a very, very small family, but very loving. Jill talks about his adopted daughter. She's turning 17. And as Joan said, she's like, oh, you're still a working dad. It's like, oh, even just the thought of that, like 17, you're still a teenager. She's still in the house.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you still showing up every day. You got to, be there versus when she's off at college or in their 20s. Like, you're still a mom, but it's just so different. They're also raising themselves at that point.
And you can't move.
Yeah.
You have to stay where you're at. That's a big one.
Oh, so Joan made a mental note of that. Yeah. She's 17 though. Is she a senior? She must be a senior.
Girl, absolutely not. You ain't leaving me for some bitch you met on TV. Absolutely not.
No, I mean if they had to do long distance or whatever, it'd only be for less than a year before she goes off to college. So, but yeah, he asked for a kiss on the cheek. Which was so cute.
Very cute.
Very cute, respectful. And then Gilles got the group date rose. So Gilles not really being edited out. He's still here.
Yeah.
Doing quite well. Now the men back at the mansion are getting massages. That's a first. And whichever staff advocated for this, invite to the cookout.
And you might be black.
I know. I'm so happy for them because I think they, one, didn't take it seriously, the comfort of older people with the Golden Bachelor ladies because they threw these men back into the exact same situation, bunk beds and whatever. But I think they're learning as they go, like, oh shit, we got to bring some, like these people are literally going to break down. Like they're not going to withstand.
That's the thing, right? Like you want all of your characters to perform at their best.
At their max. They need to sleep.
Yeah.
They need to sleep. And they need a massage every once in a while because you have them in twin beds, climbing up ladders to get to the fucking bed, like 6 feet up the airs. What the hell? Anyways, Jonathan heads off on his date. One date. This man is fine.
When I get that feeling, why does he have no chest hair either, you think? You think he waxes? It looks like he's waxing it. Or laser or something. He's so smooth.
I know.
He must.
Because he has the whole tattoo. So he wants the tattoo to be shown, But
Jonathan.
This little 1970s little paisley shirt he had on, buttoned down to the navel.
This was thought energy. It did not match his attitude.
Right, not at all.
You guys, I'm so scared to go on this one-on-one date. Nickels out. I'm so scared. I don't know. I just want to be vulnerable. What? Sir.
What? Had his chain on. Like, he just looked like a snack. He knew exactly what he looked like. Oh, my God. So he meets Joan off in the middle of like nowhere.
Yeah, Rancho Cucamonga or somewhere.
Yeah. And they go horseback riding, which is always so beautiful. Quickly, back at the house, Captain Kim.
He just bodied the Navy.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I was like, oh, he thinks he's back on the ship.
Yeah. Yes. He was like, I have my comrades, what do I call this? Like, my
We
group.
still don't know.
I don't know the term. I was going to say my barricade, not barricade.
No, my squad
regimen. regimen.
I like that.
Yeah. He literally, you could see he was back into captain mode and come on, guys, we gotta team together. Everybody was looking at him like, we're doing what? You want us to sing what?
There's so many of them are just so happy to have some peace and quiet, and they're just like relishing in their own nice time. Yes. And here he come talking about we doing a sing along. Nigga,
we have a mission, guys. Out of here, Kim. Some little song he wrote for Joan, and they're all like, "This is your song."
Why is he writing
songs? I think he came out singing too. He loves to sing. He's at the talent show. He sang too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Kim, leave me out of it. Do whatever you need to do. Leave me out of it. I love how they all said that to him in so few words.
I love how Gary put it to him. Like, Kim, this song is so great.
Yeah.
You know, but it's your lyrics. You know, this is your message to Joan.
Song.
I was like, see, you are a teacher.
I know.
That's some teacher shit.
Definitely leads Bible study on Wednesday, Gary. Absolutely.
Oh my God. And Kim, are you singing at the local? You know what he gives me? Oh my God. Remember in Grace and Frankie when Martin Short's character was in the like local play?
Oh, community theater. Yeah.
Community theater energy.
Oh my God. Yeah, he needs to go do that and leave these men alone. Please. Now, back with Joan and Jonathan. Mm-hmm. They're sitting, they're drinking champagne, they're hanging out. He shares he's actually part Native American. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Mm-hmm. And so talk a little bit about his like connection to the turtle, and the turtle has a hard shell. And growing up, he went to an all-white school, which was super tough. He got to learn how to. Yeah, he brought it back. He brought it way back. You know, I was like, where are we going with this?
Turtle with the hard shell. She's gonna talk about that Satsu, but
anyway. No. But yeah, he had to be tough, right, and learn how to protect himself. Growing up with these racist little kids running around, calling him a hard ER in the middle of Iowa, where the fuck he's from.
Yeah, because they do now, girl. I wonder too if he was so nervous to be around Joan and all this is because she's white.
And she might trigger him. His
girl
I think from prom or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. The rejection from white girls throughout his entire life. There could definitely be something there. A little button for sure.
Yeah. I wonder about his ex-wife. Like what that was.
I absolutely wonder, because this little divorce story he gave, you're missing some details, sir.
And I don't want to think it's on your end.
I don't want to think it's on your end, but this sounds crazy. So he said one morning he woke up, his wife said, out the blue, I'm not happy, I want a divorce.
I don't think that's
where they do that at?
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. Let me put on my Orna hat. You know what I mean? Okay. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, especially like back in the day, right? There's not a whole lot of people who are their age and divorced. Right? Like that wasn't like
they hang on to marriage for dear life.
They hang on, right? Because that's what their mom sold them, right? So maybe to some extent she was hiding some of the issues that were going on.
Could be.
And she didn't want to say anything. And then she just exploded one day. She was like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. But what were those issues? Why was she unhappy?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
Two people tangling in this fucking relationship. What's your part, Jonathan? But yeah, he just talked about his fears of not being enough for Joan, and even packing his suitcase, preparing for the day. It was like triggering him about when he like moved out the house and packed the suitcase or some shit. Like,
which was his bachelor line. I said, you better go ahead and follow that script, Jonathan.
Creating his little narrative.
He was coached by Bachelor Clues, from all we know.
Maybe, I know. So yeah, Joan validates him a lot. She was like, you are enough. I think she said you're one of the best ones here.
Agreed.
He is, absolutely.
Just looks. Let's just go by looks. Yeah,
I know.
Let's forget about it. Everything else.
But yeah, she loves his openness. He's been very vulnerable, sharing a lot about himself. He's been very emotional. And just she appreciates the trust that they obviously already have established with each other. So he gets to date Rose, obviously. And then they head back on the horses. And while they're riding, Joan starts to see hawks flying in the sky. And that is her like signifier of John.
Of John, yeah.
Her husband. And so she's getting like very emotional. She's trying to be there for Jonathan, but it's kind of like suppressing. She's also thinking about her mom who's sick. And also doesn't help that Jonathan's name is John.
I know.
Like, so it was a lot.
I hate to do this, but that they're out in the desert. There's hawks out in the desert, girl. You know what I mean? I hate to do that to people. I hate it, but I'm like, girl.
No, you try to find the symbolism and the meaning.
I know. And you know what? People say that when it's a butterfly, it's me. Child, there's butterflies everywhere. When you see a coin under the couch, it's me. Girl.
I know. If I come back, you got to be smart. You got to think of something like super like.
But that means that you doing that shit then. That means that you wrinkling the curtains at night at 7:05 p.m.
You got her. Oh, God. Yeah, I fell for her. And then we didn't see a nighttime portion of the date. So
I know. Yeah, I was very confused by that.
Me too.
And no hot tub either. No magical hot tub.
No hot tub in the middle of nowhere.
Which I wanted to see Jonathan.
I need to see that shirt come off, honey. What you working with? Let me see that bull tattoo.
I need to see the whole thing. Ooh. Is it a 360 from the back? Like, is it wraparound?
Is it wraparound? Oh.
That's with our full rings on. Like,
over the 65-year-old man. Like,
that I would happily compete for. Like,
oh my God. Yeah. Does he have an Instagram? Did we Hold up. Pause for a second. I gotta look this up. Oh my God. Because some of the Goldens have Instagrams. Obviously not all of them do, but does Jonathan have an Instagram?
He should have a TikTok, Jonathan.
867 followers.
Aww.
18 posts. He just started this.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, he got a full body out though, girl.
Really?
Yeah, this man is built. Modeling photos. Yeah, he looks like a model. Straight up. So yeah, Joan, she's going through it. She's in a rough spot. She feels like she's not being the most honest with the guys. They're pouring their whole hearts out, and she's like going through it internally, but not really sharing a lot of this.
Yeah.
So she heads to the mansion for rose ceremony. This is one of my favorite dresses.
Carrie redeemed himself immediately.
Yeah, she looks incredible. I loved it.
This was color. So good. Loved the color. Loved the fit. And didn't you like the sheer? Like the sparkle of it was three-dimensional.
Beautiful sparkles.
Nice.
Yes. It was really nice.
And I loved her makeup. Shout out to Gina.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Makeup did look nice as well. So Joan sits with the guys, gathers them all around, and tells them that, you know, in her life, she's the caregiver for everybody. Even when she's with these guys, they're bearing their souls. She just feels like she wants to take care of them. And you know, they've been opening up, but she's like, it should be a two-way street. And she's like, I really do need to start being more open with you guys. And I'm doing that starting today. But yeah, she's just honest. She's like, I'm homesick. My 92-year-old mom is sick. Like, my heart hurts. John was a huge part of my life, and I'm thinking about him all the fucking time. And she's like, people ask, are you ready? Are you ready for love? And I'd say yes, because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to say. But she's like, I'm not actually sure if I am ready. Yeah. I'm 100% there. And she clarifies it doesn't mean that she doesn't want love. It's that John is just always in her heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how she clarified that her grief is not the same every day.
Yeah.
That was cool to hear.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's tough. Like, part of you knows you want love, you want companionship. You've been single now 6 years or however long since he left or since he died. But you feel guilty. I feel like that's what she said. She feels like she's doing something wrong because John is like, you know, in the back of her mind constantly when she's sitting with these guys. And it's like, oh God. So, yeah, I fell for her.
Definitely. That's when I thought, I was like, maybe this engagement shit with these people.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would work that necessary. Well. First of all, I'm not picking one. I'm picking at least 3.
I just want a boyfriend.
Yeah. I just want a boyfriend in like most time zones.
Yes. I think that should be enough. Yeah. I think particularly for the Goldens. And the Goldens is the second Golden who's lost a spouse.
Yeah.
Like, do they need the pressure of an engagement and marriage? Like, is that really necessary at this age?
Yeah.
Maybe they want it, though. Maybe that's part of what they want. They love marriage and the institution of it and wanting to, be a husband and a wife again. But it also feels like a lot. Like they also just have a long-term partner if they wanted to.
Yes. I love long-term partner is a great descriptor because I think she wants still the safety of like somebody's there for her all the time. There. Yeah, which is why I think she should be able to pick Mark, Jonathan, and ER doctor. I think she should be able to pick all three of them.
All of them.
Because she wants that safety back, especially because she's taking care of so many people.
So many people. Yeah. So anyways, the guys obviously understand, receive it well, kind of help validate her feelings. It's okay. So Joan sits with chocolate noodle soup. And we learn he can relate. His mom, he said, has had stage 4 cancer for 4 years.
Oh my God, that's so long.
Oof. Joan, we learned, lost her dad 3 months after she lost her husband.
Yeah.
So they just kind of bond on loss and mourning. And she appreciated Chalk being, as she said, a fixer. Like, he saw it was down. He was like, how do I fix this? What can I say to kind of like help her ease her pain? Gary wrote a prayer for Mama Mary.
Of course.
Gave it to Joan. They have a nice little cry.
So cute.
And the mom's doing better. So look at God.
Yes. Yes. We praise him. Yes.
Praise him. Charles L. shares a photo of his wife with Joan.
Oh my God. So not ready to date anyone.
What is he doing here?
Charles is ready to go to bingo.
Yes. That's it.
Max. This dating and competing. This is not.
Yeah. No. This is crazy. And then an SUV pulls up. Mystery person walks out, and it is Gary.
Is this divorced Gary?
Annulled
Gary? Not even.
Annulled Gary. I think so. I don't know, actually.
I didn't even bother looking at the hand. Yeah. I look at everybody's hand.
You be looking at hands. That's true. Did he have the ring on? Oh, God. Let's know in the comments, guys. Yeah. When was this filmed? Is this divorced Gary? I just look at Gary so different now. The way we held him up on a pedestal, he's like the sweetest man. Oh my God, I want his journey to end. Blah, blah, blah. Between the wedding foolery and all that mess that came out about him and his ex and all the foolishness.
Oh, to me, it was a Good Morning America interview that I didn't even watch.
That too. I just look at him so different. I can't. He was also so tan. Like, they went ham on the spray tan on this man. Woof. Too much. Anyways, they chat. They sit on the same bench, actually, where she told him that she was leaving during his season. And yeah, he just kind of gives her some little wise tidbits, I guess. When he was in the process, his wife was on his mind the whole time. He had to convince himself to celebrate her rather than keep dwelling on her being gone. Talk about how hard it is to be vulnerable. And then just kind of advises her to relieve the pressure that she's putting on herself with this whole process. And then asks her, have you considered the possibility that your guy is not here?
Because mine wasn't.
And I'm single now, so
yeah. What you trying to do?
Yeah.
With this rose ceremony.
God. So she actually said she considered it a lot before the show, but less so now that she's with these guys and they're awesome.
Yeah.
But she brought up a good point that of course she's thinking about it because there's so many merging life considerations.
Yes. Yeah.
When you have kids and grandkids and your life is super, super settled in certain places. She's like, obviously I'm thinking about that. And you and Teresa didn't work out. So obviously I gotta think about that. The fuck. So that was Gary's little moment.
Cameo. Yeah. I wonder too, because Gary's whole pitch was that he wanted to live the rest of his life out in this house in Indiana.
That was the whole thing. Yeah.
So his life was set very specific and he wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And Joan doesn't have that same energy. Joan seems like she can move from Maryland or what it seems like, but also she's taking care of everybody. So it doesn't seem like that at all.
I don't know.
So
we haven't seen her.
About that,
we haven't seen those conversations yet. Like, what is Joan's? Yeah, Gary's was very clear. Joan, I don't really know. But it seems, as you said, she's very tied to her family. So y'all are moving to Maryland. No one's talked about this, and there's nobody from Maryland
left
in the cast.
No, there's
left.
only one guy.
One.
He gone.
Yeah. So we'll see. Next we have Captain Kim and the CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond singing this song.
Did he agree to do that with him?
I don't know.
Now he really looks a fool.
And I love how it was just him. Like, literally all of the guys were like, nah. He probably felt bad and was like, oh, fuck, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Now, time for the rose ceremony. First rose goes to CEO of Vineyard Vines. Then Dan from Naples, Gary, Jordan, Chocolate Noodle Soup, Charles L., Keith, and then the last rose went to Greg. So we got to say goodbye to POC, Uncle CK. Oh, man. Yeah, we didn't see nothing of him.
Yeah, no, he was good looking though.
He was good looking. Yeah, and he had his little football moment. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
I'll give him that. Captain Kim also went home, and on his way out, it was so sweet. He was like, Joan, I would like to be your friend. They are so sweet.
Adorable.
So adorable.
I completely forgot that you were trying to make everyone into the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir just yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, he's like, I just want your friendship. Hope that's okay.
Yes.
You know,
I know the consent is like really something for these guys.
Yeah. I would like to be your friend. Does that work? Like, oh, they're so sweet. Oh,
this is nice coming after that Bachelorette season, man. Whew. God damn, they hated her. Jesus Christ. Oh my
God. Horrible. Anyways, we get a preview for next week. We have the Thunder from Down Under episode.
Oh, man.
They got to keep this. They got to just make
absolutely
this
have to. Yeah.
A date, like group date every Bachelorette season. Joan and the CEO of Rockport go on a date. Joan says she feels safe again, and she sees a future with more than one guy. So it's starting to get real. And then it looks like Chocolate Noodle Soup is gonna leave.
He can't take it. He has to go home.
What is going on there?
I don't know, but I understand though, kind of. Like they're here for their chance at love. We always say like it feels like their last shot at love when they get eliminated, but they're also going home to a whole family and a life.
Yeah, so much going on.
And when I think about it, like if I don't go 3 hours without looking at a video of my niece, I like crumble into a million pieces. So I can't even imagine going weeks without seeing her. I would be so upset and sad. Yeah. So that kind of disconnect is probably really intense for them.
Yeah, it's a different kind of homesickness.
Yeah.
Probably, right? Yeah. Friend, what did we learn this episode?
Oh my God. He's a smart guy. Have situationships as you get older. It's much easier. And you should not give into the pressure of marriage or bachelor producers or any of that goonery. Just get yourself a couple of boyfriends. Keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm curious if I feel like not a lot, I don't even actually know, but for instance, my aunt who was visiting here last week, she has a boyfriend. She's had a boyfriend for years. Like no marriage. I don't actually know too much about her like if she was married before, like situation, but she's just fine, comfortable with her boyfriend. She comes and goes as she pleases. I don't even think they live together. She has her own place. Like there's just like an independence and obviously she loves this person, right?
Yeah.
But also I'm doing me, we're grown people, like more low stakes than feeling like she needs to be a wife to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And that's just my aunt, but I know there's many women and men out there that have these long-term partnerships.
Yep.
And that's what works for them. And I wonder, statistically or what this is it mostly like you see this more after a divorce?
Yeah.
After they lose a spouse. This is then just their way of being like, I want to find somebody, but I'm not doing the marriage thing again. It was tough or whatever.
Or it's too much pressure on the new one. That's what it feels like for Joan.
That too.
There's too much pressure on this new partner.
Yeah. So, do you. Get you a boyfriend. That should be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Friend, this was fun.
It was.
Sound off in the comments, guys, on Patreon. Let us know all the things. We had a couple call outs. Rate, review, subscribe. Join the Rose Garden on Patreon for all the juicy goodness. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.